and broke up a couple years ago, and she is now with Harry Styles. So while she is there promoting this
that I
movie,
didn't know.
oh yes, there's an insane amount of news today. Some of it is wild, you might say, even. Haha. And we'll get to all the stuff that's come out of Cinemacon this past week. But first, a real quick shout out again to our friends at Lumiere Cinema at the Music Hall. If you missed our Tuesday news segment, we talked all about their great story. They're showing Duel and X right now. They are here in the heart of Beverly Hills, but definitely could use the support as all these small theaters could. So check them out. We'll have a link below where you can find them. Cinemacon in Las Vegas, what's happening in Vegas is going everywhere because they want you to know about their movies. This is where they showcase all the stuff that's coming out over the next year, all the big blockbusters from all the big studios. So you've got really important stuff like the Avatar sequel is finally coming out and it's got a title, The Way of Water.
Okay.
This is the way. I mean, I've got to make myself rewatch the first Avatar.
Well, if they're smart, and I imagine they'll do this, they're going to put it back in theaters in 3D. Because if I have to watch it again, because I watched it a couple of years ago, we did it on Max Film for the 10th anniversary. If I have to sit through that thing again, it's got to be in 3D because that was the whole point.
Yeah, they are putting it back in theaters again if you want to sit through that again. It's also on Disney Plus if you want to just watch it in your house. Apparently, the footage they showed is stunning.
Okay.
And you and I get the pleasure of hanging out on Monday. I'm so psyched to see you because we've got the screening of Doctor Strange 2. But before that, they're going to show us the Avatar teaser. It's not even a whole full trailer. It's a teaser. It will only play with Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. So we're going to go an hour and a half early to the theater
for a teaser.
1-minute thing.
Only for you breakfast all day people. If it were up to me, I would say I'll pass. But no, we're going to watch it for you guys.
I want to tell our friends out there that this was your idea. You emailed me and said, should we go early and watch this trailer and then have dinner? And I said, sure. So maybe there's some value in this.
Hope so. It'll be a good story, if nothing else.
So that is coming out, in December is this new Avatar?
I believe so, yes.
Yes. They also showed early footage from Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Is that the worst title since the Star Wars prequels?
Yeah, it's kind of rural juror, it's it's a bit gilding the lily, but whatever. Hey, we're going to be there.
There's going to be a sequel to The Batman, no shocker at all, with Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz all returning for that. They showed some early Doctor Strange 2 footage separate from what the world's already seen. And they also showed a first look at Margot Robbie as Barbie.
Yes.
Yes. The Greta Gerwig, Noah Baumbach, Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, Barbie. That also comes out July 2023.
Apparently coming out the same day as Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer.
Right. I think we can contain both things at once.
I suspect there are enough quadrants to go around that they could make that work, but we'll see what happens.
And then this whole weird thing happened with Olivia Wilde.
Yes.
Okay, so Olivia Wilde is there promoting her new movie that she has directed, Don't Worry, Darling. And she's standing there looking beautiful and thrilled to present this footage with this fantastic movie she has made with Harry Styles and Florence Pugh. And somebody walks up and hands her this manila envelope that says...
He slides it to her on the ground, I think. Yeah.
Private and confidential. In the middle of this giant presentation. And she's like, oh, what's this? Is this a script? And she, just kind of joking around. She's like, well, I'm going to open it. Opens it live right there in front of everybody. It's legal documents from Jason Sudeikis involving their 2 children that they had together. They were never married. They were engaged.
Correct.
And broke up a couple years ago. And she is now with Harry Styles. So while she is there promoting this movie. Yes. That's why this is part of what's so shocking about this is that she's there promoting this movie that she made with her new boyfriend, and her ex-fiance serves her these legal documents. Now, Jason Sudeikis says he has no idea that was when they were going to do it.
Sure.
Right?
He's hired either the best or worst process server on earth.
The thing is, though, from what I understand from lawyers, is that they only go to that kind of extreme ambush tactic when they have not been able to track you down under ordinary circumstances. So I guess she's been like evasive and reluctant to take whatever it is he wants to send her, involving the way that they parent their children from now on. I think this is totally fucking humiliating, though, to do that to her. I think that's horrible. She's there this is her moment to show something she's really proud of. And like, that's all we're talking about now is this envelope.
Sure. But pro that she is, she like, looked at it, put it back, carried on doing her thing. I mean, I'm guessing, look, if she's involved with Harry Styles, then I'm sure her level of security has probably gone way up. So maybe she's just been harder to serve of late because there are always like large hulking goons surrounding her and her fella. And so you can't get close. I don't know.
And then also because of this, now the theater owners who run CinemaCon, the whole operation is re-examining their security, because this guy had a badge and he had the thing that proves that you've taken the COVID test so that it's okay to be there. So this is what, for those of you guys who don't know, this is a thing for industry people and press. The random person on the strip can't wander into Caesars and go, oh, I want to see early footage of Mission Impossible.
This used to be called Show West. And it was this sort of annual conclave of like exhibitors, and there would be some press coverage. But now they've renamed it CinemaCon because it's basically like Comic-Con. It's basically all the studios come and do their little dog and pony and show their trailers and unveil their posters. And it's a big sort of marketing circle jerk. And so that's what this thing has become. But yes, you do have to be credentialed to get in the room. It's not like Comic-Con where you can buy a ticket.
Right. We talked about Jerry West the last couple of times we've been with you here, about how unhappy he is with the portrayal of him in the HBO series Winning Time. He sent a demand to HBO wanting a retraction. HBO is like, no, sorry, it's creative license. He says now, and I quote, he will take his fight all the way to the Supreme Court. See, now he seems like old man shakes fist at cloud.
Well, I mean, I'm imagining that I don't know this off the tip of my tongue, but I'm sure there are lawyers who could tell him there is precedence, you will lose, and because between him being a public figure, between the fact that this show is, what is it based on? Is it a book or an article? It's based on a book
by Jeff Pearlman called Showtime about the Lakers.
So it's based on a book. And so ostensibly the portrayal of him comes out of the book's version of him. I don't know that there's a lot of legal ground for him to stand on. And I think also if this were a case to succeed, it would really chill, projects like this.
Justin Lin has stepped out as the director of the 10th and 11th Fast and Furious movies. They just began production like last week on Fast X, whatever they're calling it. And
I thought Fast X was the last one. There's an 11th one.
Supposedly they're shooting them like back to back. And that was going to be the end of it. But the thing is, what's so weird, what's weird about this is that the announcement went out on like the official Fast and Furious social media with like the FF, logo at the top. So it's not like he's gone rogue and saying, screw all of y'all, I'm out of here. Like,
no, he's still a producer. He's not leaving the whole thing. He's just not going to direct anymore. And it's like, let's put our thinking caps on. What would get in the way of Justin Lin, who has made more than half of the Fast and Furious franchise as we know it? Who has enough clout to get in his way and be a pebble in his shoe and make him not want to direct anymore? Who could it be?
Who do you think?
Oh, come on. It's Vin Diesel. It's got to be Vin Diesel, right? Yes. Who else has any power that is remotely in the neighborhood of what Justin Lin's is, and who has proven himself time and again to be a giant pain in the ass? Just ask Dwayne Johnson.
So now they're in the bind of having to figure out who knows how to direct this kind of giant spectacle and can hit the ground running.
Yes.
And who's available that knows that kind of stuff?
I nominate the Daniels.
That will be really fun, because then they can have like a multiverse of different cars and different times.
Exactly. And they could do it all with like Matchbox, and like,
googly eyes for headlights.
Exactly. Those SST racers from when I was a kid, and it'll cost $5 and it'll be great.
John M. Chu says the Wicked films are going to be 2 films. Wicked, which he's doing with Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, based on the Broadway musical, the huge hit. It's going to be 2 movies, and they're going to come out December 2024 and 2025 on Christmas Day on both those years.
Look, it's from the studio that gave us Cats and Dear Evan Hansen, so surely they know what they're doing. No, I've actually never seen Wicked, but someone I trust said, "Oh, so this is a show with 2.5 good songs, and you're going to make it into 2 movies?" I don't know.
Oh, I saw it on Broadway with Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth. It was cool. Yes.
Smell you.
Back when I was still in New York, and like someone took me, like the theater critic took me. So anyway, so that's happening. Andrew Garfield says he's taking a break from acting for a bit. I kind of don't blame him. He's been super busy. Why not? He's earned it. James Corden is leaving the Late Late Show in spring of next year. He's going to do this last season, and that's it. So who will block the intersections of Los Angeles to do impromptu musicals?
Well, it has been observed that this is kind of terrifying, because think of all the movies he crammed himself into just on his off time from that show. Now that he's not on that show at all, he's going to be utterly inescapable.
Hello, I'm here. I can sing for you.
Hello, what?
And then some sad news, happy sad news. A really good friend of ours, a legend, our fellow critic, Joe Morgenstern.
Yes.
Announced that he is retiring from the Wall Street Journal, from film criticism. He will be 90 years old in October. He's been doing this for like 57 years.
Oh, yeah.
The man's got a Pulitzer, and he is like as spry and agile, and like he's everywhere, and just a total inspiration, and the sweetest man. Like
so nice,
so warm, so humble, and like someone I'm always happy to see at screenings.
Yes.
And it would be so easy to be an asshole if you were that esteemed and accomplished.
No,
and
he's one of the good ones, and like great on the radio, like such a smooth voice. I'm always envious of that. Has had this fascinating career. I mean, like he wrote The Boy in the Plastic Bubble. he was a writer on Law and Order, like in the early 90s. He was married to Piper Laurie. Like Joe Morgenstern has lived a life, and you know what, like more power to him. I respect that he's getting to step down and take it easy. He says he's still going to be going to movies, but just as a paying customer, and I'm a little jealous, but I will miss his presence at LAFCA meetings, and I will miss his voice as a critic in the cultural sphere, because he's great.